Hi, Jacqueline Foster here. Welcome back to Feeling Good TV, the place to be if you're really desiring to make an impact without sacrificing your passion and your pleasure. And today I have a question for you. I'd love to know, how often do you beat yourself up for trying new things and not getting it perfect the first time? I think this is something we do a lot of. And what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about an experience in my life and then give you a new mantra that you can adopt into your life to hopefully help you in those times where you catch yourself really beating yourself up for the first few times you're trying something. So when I was in my early 20s, I took some time to go abroad and to live in Spain. And I was really nervous about going, but I also wanted to challenge myself to learn a new language. So when I got there and I started speaking Spanish, even though I had studied some years back in the States, when I was actually there learning, it was so different. And it was very challenging to be able to speak to people and have a conversation, and I would catch myself like sweating bullets before I was about to go somewhere, and when I was in a place having these conversations. It was challenging, really challenging. But I'm so grateful I did it, because now all of the conversations I'm able to have, my level of understanding and sticking with it is so much higher than if I were to just, after a couple conversations, be like, I can't do this, I'm not doing this. So what I want to do today is just help you remember that this concept of learning a language is something that we do in so many different areas of our lives, but we forget that it's just the same. Whether it be that we're learning a new language, or we're getting used to working out, or we're starting a new job, everything that we do from the beginning is new. And it's so important that we really allow ourselves to be in the newness and to allow it to be a practice. There's something that my friend told me that I absolutely love, and I think it's so brilliant, and I encourage you to use it as your mantra. And it is that practice makes practice easier. And it's so true. Anytime that we're learning something new, it requires practice. We're never going to be a natural at something the first time we do it and have everything come out perfect. And the more that we can allow ourselves to go into something with this idea that it's a practice, and with this practice, it's getting easier and you're getting better, it makes things so much easier. So the two reasons I'd like this to kind of stay with you, and I'd love you to take this, is one is that when you kind of seep into this mindset and allow yourself to really know and live from this place that practice makes practice easier, it can allow you to ease away from this idea that you have to be perfect the first time. Things take time. It takes time to learn how to do something well and to become a master at it, and that's okay. It's part of the process, and it can actually be quite enjoyable and satisfying to see all of the ways that you've been learning and growing. So never underestimate that. And the other reason too is that when we don't give ourselves that space to practice and to allow that practice to become easier, what happens is we really just set ourselves up to criticize ourselves and to feel bad, to feel worse about what we're doing, and that we're not doing it and we're not as good as we should be fast enough. So I highly encourage you to adopt this mantra into your life, that practice makes practice easier. And be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself as you're starting something new. And talk to people, find resources, really allow yourself to be in this beginner space and to practice and to really enjoy that evolution of seeing your practice getting better, and remembering that as you're practicing, sometimes you don't see everything changing overnight. This is where I learned when I was learning Spanish. Sometimes I felt like I'd go weeks where I felt like I wasn't really learning anything different, and then bam, one day I would feel like I knew so much Spanish and I was so proud of myself. So allow yourself to be in that space where you're knowing that progress is there and that you're moving forward, and that you're moving forward and you're going at your pace and you're continuing to allow that progression to be. So I would love to know what you do when you catch yourself with something new, or maybe with something you've been doing for a while and you've hit a plateau. What do you do to really bring yourself back, to soften, and to really allow yourself to reconnect with the fact that this is a practice and you're getting better every day? As always, I love sharing these videos with you, and I look forward to sharing more in the future. You can find me and more of these videos at JacquelineLaceyFoster.com and also on hertube.tv. Wishing you an amazing day, and as always, looking forward to sharing more in the future. Thanks so much.